That's the current situation. It's still ice and snow out there. And did you ever have so many hobbies that you didn't know what to do? That's how I feel sometimes. Metal detecting, gardening, aquariums, starting my own seeds. And that's what I'm doing today. And reading. I love to read, Bible study, because who doesn't want to know why we're here, how we got here, and all those good questions. Anyway, today is just going to be about starting a bunch of seeds. So I have all these seeds: tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, lots of different kinds of peppers, that I'm going to start in this 72-inch peat pellet greenhouse kit. I was going to put it on my front porch, but I think we were at like 9 to 19 degrees today, and that wasn't even the, feels like temperature. That was the actual temperature. So my front porch is still a little bit cold. So I'm going to leave it here in my dining room. And the first thing I did was take this thing off. You get some kind of Super Thrive fertilizer, and you get these little sticks. I think there's 6 of them. So hopefully I won't start any more than 6 different things. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is soak all these peat pots with warm water so that they pop up. And then you have to I'm going to take like a heavy toothpick or a skewer, wooden skewer, and then separate some of the top of the peat pot. So once it gets full of water and softens and it gets like an inch to an inch and a half high, I'll break the netting at the top where the seed goes and just ruffle up the soil a little bit. So the first thing to do is get some warm water and put in here. And I actually put the tray, the lid, the greenhouse lid under it so it won't leak on my table. Okay, so I'm going to put some warm water in here, and that'll be the first step. All right, I'll be back. So with my 72 peat pelleted peat pots, I'm starting to put the seeds in. And basically I've taken this skewer and I put 1 or 2 cucumber seeds in these first 2 rows, and I'm just gonna kind of tap them down a little, cover them with some dirt, and that pretty much, thankfully, well, I don't know about thankfully, but takes care of that package of cucumbers, which it was an heirloom cucumber. Okay, so then I think I'm going to go next to the eggplant, and I'm going to put eggplant in maybe the next, depending on how many seeds are in here, the next 2 rows. So the next seeds that I dumped out are sweet banana pepper seeds, and I'm going to put a couple in each little peat pot, or try. Now these packages are kind of old. So I'm being generous. And I'm just going to do 2 rows of them because I have lots of different peppers. So that's going to be 2 rows of and I'm going to actually put this over here because that's going to be the end of it. So these are going to be the sweet banana peppers. And then I'm just going to take this and push them in. Push the dirt over it. And these peat pots are really soaked with water. But once that sun comes through this window tomorrow, and I have the dome on here, it's going to make a nice little greenhouse effect. Okay, so I have a bunch of seeds left, so that's going to be it for the green banana peppers. I've got 2 rows of the Bell color mix pepper, and these are reds and greens and orange and yellow peppers. And that's kind of like the pepper I probably use the most of, although those sweet banana peppers, I really enjoyed putting those in my jar of peppers that I had bought, and I didn't even make up my own brine. I just had a big jar of peppers and added my garden peppers to them. Or sometimes I would use those peppers right there, the sweet banana peppers, with my scrambled eggs or something like that. Throw them in with some steak. But so that's 2 rows of the Bell color mix peppers. I have my Patriot seeds, and I'm going to do 2 rows of those, if I can hit the pot. Just kind of pop out of your fingers. And I'm being really generous with these because I think these seeds must be 10 years old. So if anything comes up out of here, we will appreciate it. All right, so that's my Patriot Seeds peppers, and these are going to be the cayenne peppers. So usually 1 plant is all I would need, because I string them. When I have gotten them, I've strung them together, and boy, the last time I did do that, I was wearing contacts. I don't have to do that anymore. I didn't have a surgery. It's just my eyes got better, and I don't have to wear the contacts. So anyway, you don't want to put, when you take like a thread and needle and do thread each one of your cayenne peppers and let them dry out at a kitchen window. After you do that, you don't want to touch those peppers and then put your fingers in your eyes, because the oil off that pepper will really burn your eyes. And there's nothing like having contacts to make you realize what you don't want to do. So this is going to be 2 rows of cayenne peppers, and I'll be thankful if any of these seeds germinate, because I have had them a long time. Okay, so that's it for the cayenne peppers. Next, we're going to have 2 rows of beefsteak tomatoes, because I really love beefsteak tomatoes. And again, these seeds are so old. We're going to be generous and use the rest of them, because I just don't want this. Oops. I have to get that out of the the pepper. So if I get a bunch of tomatoes coming up, I'll be shocked because I'm not sure how old these seeds are. But we'll definitely have to thin them if they all start coming up. Because I just want one tomato plant to a peat pot. But since these are old seeds, may the best seed win. I really like this skewer for pushing down the seeds. This works out really well. And we have temperatures for the last, it feels like for the whole month of January, I think our temperatures were well under freezing. I mean, sometimes like, I don't even know, minus 10 or 12 or something. Maybe even worse than that. But this week, we're actually, for the next 10 days, I think we're going to go above freezing. Not a lot, but hopefully enough to melt what's out there. Because my yard has been frozen. I have a trash can lid that, from the wind that we had, blew into the snow. And it's so snowy and icy on the top that I am not even going and walking on top of the icy snow to retrieve my trash can lid because I will slide across. Now, when I was younger, first thing we would do when we knew we were going to my grandparents' house in Edgemere was call my grandmother and ask if the river was frozen. So then we would take our ice skates and go down and ice skate. I do not ice skate anymore, and I don't even want to fall because that would be awful. Anyway, so now we have 2 rows of beefsteak tomatoes, and we're going to end with this last, and both of these last 2 packs are from Royer Seeds. This is going to be a Brandywine heirloom tomato. And so that's, hopefully there's seeds in here. Yeah, I can hear them. All right, so these are the seeds for the Brandywine tomato. And again, I'm using the last of this pack because I haven't really bought seeds in a while. And I was going up once a year to Royer Seeds and buying like $100 worth of seeds. So since I haven't done that for a while, I want to use up my supply because I know I've had these for a couple of years. Now last year I had a lot of tomatoes in my yard. Hopefully these things come up and I don't lose track of what they are, because last year I ended up giving away a bunch of plants, and I think I gave away most of my peppers, and I had oodles of tomatoes. So this year I would like some peppers. It would be nice. I mean, I did have the banana peppers. I think I ended up buying that at Lowe's because I gave away the ones I started from seed. So hopefully I don't have where these don't come up, and then I start out really labeling everything and, got the little things in there and all is good, but somewhere along the line, if these don't come up and I try some more peat pots or something else, and then I get lazy and don't label, and then I don't know what I have. So hopefully I can maintain control of what I've got in here. All right, so that's it. So I've got 4 rows of tomatoes. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, yeah, 4 rows of tomatoes, 6 rows of peppers, and 2 rows of cucumbers. And I still need to do the, what do you call this pepper? Oh my gosh, I know what it is. And I didn't, I started to do eggplant, but you know what? There was no seeds in there, so I don't know why I kept the package. And I did Brussels sprouts last year. And I had so many bugs. I had 21 beautiful plants, and they all got eaten by bugs. And so I'm just gonna not do these anymore, or do them and keep them in the house or something, in the greenhouse where there's no bugs. I don't know. The jalapeno pepper, I'm gonna have to get another 72 peat pellet Jiffy greenhouse kit and do some cayenne peppers, jalapeno peppers. And I also want to do some tarragon. I'll have to buy some more eggplants. And then at some point when I water this, this Jiffy thing came with this plant vitamins for seedlings. So at some point, not right now, because there's lots of moisture down in there, but it's not like slushing around moisture. So I'm going to leave it here by this window. It's going to get plenty of sunshine, and hopefully in 2 weeks I'll see something coming up here. Thanks for watching. Peace.